Lions Wellness. My name is Sophia and I'm going to be filming a 45-minute beginner-friendly Pilates exercise. Let's start with 3 full leg springs. If you want to go a little bit heavier, then go with adding 1 more blue or 1 more green. And then we'll get started right away. Foot bar all the way up. Flip the straps just to the side. And we'll lay it down onto our back. And down. Lay down. Both feet up onto the foot bar, heels on. Find your neutral spine, tailbone flat, and your shoulder blades flat. Just focusing on the breathing for 3 breaths. Toes looking up, legs hip distance apart. Sinking a little bit heavier. Each time. Moving into the ribs. And exhale, squeezing. 1 more breath. Exhale. When you're ready, we're going to inhale. Exhale, pushing through the heels all the way out. Making sure that the knees are parallel with the heels and inhale back. Pushing out. You can have your hands on top of the ribs or the pelvis just to make sure that there's no movement in that spine. And push. Try and keep the toes looking up towards the ceiling. See that tailbone a little bit heavier. Each time. And out. And back. And out. Just got 3 more. And 2. And last one. Coming back halfway, pulsing through the heels for 10. 9. Exhaling up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way up. Coming slowly back in. Now, if you put the headrest all the way up, please place it down. We're going to come into our hip rolls. Imagine that there's a bowl of water on top of that pelvis, and we're going to inhale, exhale, tuck that pelvis so the water comes down towards the belly button. Keep the toes lifted towards the ceiling. Slowly peel that spine 1 vertebrae at a time, all the way up while keeping the shoulder blades flat. Both arms on the side, or just hands on the pelvis to check that they're leveled. Inhale, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, curling back down. Now keep that bed really still. Toes up, pushing through the heel. Up, all the way up. Squeeze. Exhale, back down slowly. I want you to feel that left and right working together. Imagine that you're creating really, really beautiful waves with that spine. Squeeze, back down. Good. And 3 more. Keep that breathing going. 2. Keep that neck still. Extending at the back of the neck. This is the last one. Exhale, tuck all the way to the top. Hold it here. We're pulsing halfway down and up. Now, while we do this, we try and keep that spine neutral. No articulation whatsoever in that spine. Keep it straight. Push through the heels. Come as far as you can, control that spine and all the way up. And up. And hands either side if you want to. You can leave it on that top of that pelvis if you want to as well. And up. 3, 2, 1. All the way. Move the bed. Hold it here. Breathe in. And out. Just for 3 breaths. Last one. Exhale. Back down slowly. Back into that neutral spine. We're going to go straight into our inner thighs as well while we're here. Inhale, exhale, tuck. peeling up once again, one vertebrae at a time. We're going to open the knees out just a little bit wider than hips apart. Exhale, squeeze the knees in center. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze in center. And squeeze. And squeeze. Glutes up a little bit higher if you can. And in. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Legs hips apart. Inhale, exhale, curling back down slowly. Back down with that tailbone heavy down in that flat neutral position. We're going to place the balls of the feet onto the foot bar now. Heels just a little bit higher than flat flexed ankles. Imagine that you're wearing a really comfortable pair of high heels. We're lifting the heels just to that length. Push through the balls of the feet without tensing the toes or pushing the heels down or lifting it any higher. So we engage that core. Exhale, pushing through the balls of the feet, keeping the knees parallel. And back. And push. Now take it slow. We're on 3 red springs. If you went higher, it's going to be a lot heavier. So really take your time. I want you to feel those knees parallel with the heels. Pushing through. And in. And out. And in. For 4, 3, 2. Last one. All the way out, coming halfway in. Inhale, exhale, push up. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, check your knees, 4, 3, 2, and all the way out, hold it here. We're bringing the heels together, inner thighs touch, knees touch. Inhale, bend the knees, coming into that froggy legs, no movement in the heels. Exhale, push through the balls of the feet, squeeze the inner thighs and knees, and back. Keep the heels on top of each other, no shifting, and back. And hands on the pelvis just to check that there's no movement in that spine. How's your tailbone going? Is it flat? How's your neutral spine going? Is it still? We're nearly there. And 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Coming halfway in. Pulsing for 50, 40. Really feel it in the inner thighs. 11, not too high. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way out. Inhale back in. Now keep everything the same. We're going to bring that pelvic curl once again, but in this leg position. So imagine that bowl of water once again. Inhale into the ribs. Exhale, tuck. And slowly peel. Keep the heels locked all the way. Shoulder blades flat. And back down. Hands on the pelvis just to check that they're working together. Coming up. Squeeze. And down. Slowly. Keeping the carriage steady. And up. 3 more. 2. Last one. Inhale, hold. Exhale down. Heels on the foot bar again, but on the edge, outer edge corners of the foot bar. Toes still pointing out in that froggy position. Find that neutral spine. T-zone on. And exhale, pushing through all the way. And back in. Toes coming in towards the shin. Make sure that your knees aren't going all over the place. You're controlling the knees, pulling out in that slight rotation. Just make sure that as you fully extend, that your both knees are going out into that full extension at the same time without going too far back. If you feel like your knees are going pushing directly through, and slightly keep that small bend at the top. And push. Just got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way out, halfway impulsive. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 10, 8. Oh, no. You might have started counting the other way. So just give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way out. And back down. Beautiful. Now we're not going to use the straps or the foot bar for this next exercise. We're just going to be working with our body and the bed. Sink that spine down towards the bed for me without any gaps in that back of the spine and also the bed. Side by side or on top of that rib and pelvis, just to keep it really heavy. Roll the shoulders down away from the ears. Hold the peach underneath your chin, extend that back of the neck. We're going to engage our core. Bring one leg at a time into tabletop. As you do this, you're just holding here. Squeeze the knees together, heels together, point the toes forward. Check that your knees are directly above the pelvis, heels in line with the knees. We inhale and exhale. Sink that spine a little bit heavier each time you exhale without lifting the shoulders. I want you to feel this inner thighs working to help that core out. Breathe into the ribs. Exhale, sinking a little bit further down. Inhale. Exhale, heavier. Each time you exhale, got 3 more breaths here. And 2. Last one. Hold it here. We're going to open the knees, just hip distance apart. Inhale. Keep that core on. Exhale, reach the left foot forward, keeping the legs parallel. Inhale back. Exhale. Point the right leg forward into those bicycle legs, bringing it back. Exhale. Push out and back. And reach. And back. Now, these are very simple movements, but I want you to focus on that form, checking that the legs are staying parallel, knees in line with the hips and the ankles, and your imprinted spine is still on. Breathing into the ribs, inhale back. Just going to count 15 more seconds. Do as many reps as you can. Thinking more about the form. Keep the knees looking up towards the ceiling. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one on each side and left. Placing both feet down onto the foot bar, having a quick break. Now, because we did the glutes before, we're going to do a quick stretch here. So right knee is going to come in towards the chest, open out towards the right, place the outer ankle of the right knee, right ankle on top of the left knee. Check that the pelvis is squared. Push that right knee away from the body without moving the pelvis. Then bring both knees in towards the chest, keeping the tailbone really, really heavy. So not lifting through the tailbone, keep the tailbone heavy. Exhale, draw the knees in. If you want that extra bit of stretch, bring both of the hands in front of the left shin. Inhale and exhale, draw it in towards the chest, keeping the spine neutral. Sinking down. 3 more breaths here. Two. Last one. And letting go. Place that left foot back down. This time, left knee comes in, opening it out towards the left, keeping both left and right pelvis square. Inhale. Exhale, drawing the knees in towards the chest. Right hand in the hands on the right shin. Keeping the tailbone heavy. Here we go. Breathing in to the ribs. Exhale out. 3 more breaths. 2. And 1 more. Placing the right foot back down, left foot as well. Sinking that sinking that spine once again, really heavy, coming back into that imprinted spine. We're going to bring both of the legs up into that tabletop position once again, one at a time. After engaging the core, keep the knees and heels together. We're just going to push the knees and heels forward for 5 centimeters with no movement or change of any position in that upper spine or that upper body. And inhale, draw it in with that core. Exhale, push it out just to the point that you feel comfortable with that lower spine and back pain. If you feel any pain in that lower back, you're going a little too far. So even if it's just a centimeter forward and centimeter back, that's totally fine. As long as you're feeling in that lower abdomen, pulling it in, pushing it out from that core, pulling it in with the core, going out for 10, 9, 8, 7. Go a little bit slower on the way back in. I want to feel that core drawing it in. Pull it in, out. Pulling it all the way in, just to the point where the knees are directly above that pelvis. And 3, 2, last one. Inhale, pull it in, placing it down onto the foot bar, having a quick break. We're going to push, I'm going to come back up, change the springs quickly. So roll to the side, coming up. Changing the springs to 1, actually 2 reds. So I'm taking that red and that blue that you hold on, laying back down. We're going to come back into that neutral spine. Make sure that you find those straps on the floor before you move. Just push just halfway out. We're going to put one leg, the long strap into the arch of the foot, one at a time. Then the left. Just checking that they're both equally the same length, beautiful. Neutral spine, shoulders down. I want you to really keep that spine still. Legs are going to be together and bring the feet just above the pelvis. Now, as you do this, if you feel any lifting in that tailbone, bring the tailbone down by pushing the heels down towards the foot bar. Now, your legs might be in this position, and as soon as it leaves that position, it might lift that tailbone. That just means that this position here is where your starting position is going to be. So find that position where you can bring the toes up towards the ceiling as much as possible without lifting that tailbone. Both arms side by side or on top of that pelvis or top of that rib, just to keep that spine still. Squeeze the heels, toes, and knees together. Breathe in. Exhale, we're drawing the feet down 45 degrees as much as we can without changing that spine. Inhale, draw it in with the core. Exhale, push it down. Inhale, draw it in. Not with just the legs, but the core is making the movement. Exhale, push it down. Inhale. Slowly in with the core. Exhale, down. And back in. We're just doing this 30 seconds. So we just got 17 left. And push. Drawing it in. And down. I want you to feel that left and right trying to work together as a team. And down. 8 seconds to go. And inhale, back in and 4, 3, 2. Last one. Bring it down. Hold it down here. We're going to bring the toes in towards the shins. Keep the heels together. Just open the toes out so that we create a V shape with both of our feet. We're going to inhale, bend the knees. Heels come in towards our chest. And we're going to exhale, push it out in that 45 degrees. As you do this, fully extension, your knees are going to start touching in the inner thighs. And as you bring it in, make sure that you only bend your knees to a point you keep that tailbone really flat. Exhale, pushing through the heels on the exhale. Inhale. Exhale, push it out. Inhale. Feeling it in the inner thighs. Exhale, pushing out. Breathe in. And out. Inhale, in. And out. In. And out. Just got 10 more seconds to go. In your own time. Make sure that your heels stay in the straight line as it pushes out as much as you can. It's all about the trying part. Exhale, push. And inhale and push through the heels. Keep the toes in towards the shins. Got 3 more seconds to go. Last one. And push. Toes comes back together. Come back into that starting position that we found before where the tailbone is straight and flat and the toes are up towards the ceiling as much as we can. We're just going to start with some leg circles. We're going to breathe in. Exhale, push it down 45 degrees. And then as we inhale, we're going to open up the legs. Keep the knees looking parallel, no rotation in the legs. We're going to create a circle to come back into that starting position. Exhale down. Inhale, open the legs. Close the legs. Exhale, back down. Inhale, open. Now make sure that the left and right is opening at the same time and same strength. Open and close. Once again, the core is working really hard to keep that spine still. You can close your eyes just to make sure that the center of the body is still. And your left and right's working together. Your legs might start opening a little bit wider. Just make sure that the left and right's working together. We've just got 3 more here. And 2. Last one. And open. And close. We're now going to reverse. Come back to that 45 degrees. We inhale, draw it in with the core. Exhale, open it out. Keep the knees parallel. Closing down into that 45 degrees. Inhale. Exhale, open. Close. Inhale back in. So it's just 2 breaths for this movement on repeat. And back. and make sure that your core is working. Last 3 to go. And 2. Last 1. Bending the knee on the right. Unhook that long strap, place it down onto the ground, placing the foot back onto the foot bar. Left knee bends in, placing the strap back down. And the arm will roll out. Once again, to change the springs quickly to just one leg spring. And then we're going to lay down once again. So we're going to come down, find the straps, because we're going to hold on to the short straps. And go into our arms. Fingers up towards the ceiling. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Remember that imprinted spine feeling. Push the bed out just a little bit where your hands are directly above the shoulders. Sink that spine down. One leg at a time is going to come up into tabletop. Legs are going to be hip distance apart with the toes pointing forward. Exhale, tuck that elbow slightly in towards the ribs. Exhale, bring the palms all the way down towards the bed and back in. Make sure that the wrist is flat, in line with the forearms, and exhale as you come down, and inhale back up. Exhale. Nothing moves in the spine, nor the legs. Try and keep everything frozen, and back, and push, and back. Make sure that you really squeeze the ribs as you exhale. Inhale back up and down. Bring your hands just above the shoulders and down. And up. Now, if this is too easy, come back up, change the springs. But I want you to focus more on the wrists being straight, legs being straight, and your core switching on really, really hard, keeping everything really still. Just give me 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, all the way down and hold it down. We're going to bend the elbows in, hands just above the elbows, and push it down. Inhale, going into our triceps, and push. If you want that extra in those abdomen, each time your palms come down, extend that left leg. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, push, right leg, and changing sides. Let's just do 4 more on each side, and push. Check the pelvis. Check the spine. Is it still imprinted? And back. And push. Now, if you do have that cracking sound in your knees, like I just did before, don't extend too much. You can keep it slight bend and just open out a little bit more each time. This is the last one, and back. Hands back up and feet back down onto the foot bar. Straps comes down. Let's go off our carriage. Bring in 2 more red springs to keep the bed stable. We are going to bring the box on top of our bed in that long box position. Bring your foot bar down. Just so that we don't hurt our knees, and place the hand onto the side. So the short side is against the shoulder rest fully. Make sure that it's stable. We're going to hold onto the front edge of the box and slide our left knee down as well as our right knee. So for women, underneath the sports bra is where I need you to have that edge of the box lined up. For men, it will be where the heart monitor is usually positioned. And we're just going to rest our head down and arms down on top of the headrest. Legs are going to be together, knees and heels together. The two bumpy bones we have at the front are going to really sink them heavy down into the box, just so that the tailbone is really flat. Breathe into the core, breathe into the ribs, engage the core. Squeeze the legs, keep everything still in the bottom half. Exhale, reach the hands towards the back as you lift that upper back. And then inhale to lower everything down, going into our back. Exhale. Reach, the neck just follows that spine and back. Exhale, reach. And down. Try going a little bit higher each time you get closer to your last round. And down. Feel your left and right shoulders coming up and down. Just for 4, 3, 2, last one. Reach, hold it here, breathe in. Exhale, shoulders away from the ears. Bring your shoulders a little bit higher as we exhale. Squeeze the legs. Inhale, exhale, reach. And lower everything down. Coming back up. Hands on the top edge. Place your right foot down or the left foot first. And we're going to place our hands directly on that edge area with the palms flat, arms directly below, the hands directly below the shoulders. Your knees are going to come directly below the pelvis. Roll the shoulders away, push yourself away from the ground so that you feel your underarms engaging. We're going to look straight down into the headrest, make sure that the neck follows that spine, no hunching or that extension at the back. Breathe in here. Exhale, hold it. Inhale. Exhale, we're going to start curling that spine up towards the ceiling, looking at the knees. Inhale, back to center into that straight back. Exhale, open up that front of the body, shoulders down. Now, as you do this extension in the back, make sure that the neck follows that spine. No arching at the back. Back down into that straight spine. Keeping the pelvis in position. Peeling up a little bit higher. Going into our cat and cow stretch. And reach. Last one, opening the chest. Back to center, engage the core. We're going to slowly bring that left knee into center, so bring it next to the right knee. Extend, holding everything still, we're going to extend the right leg all the way out to the back, keeping the tailbone flat, and we're going to bring it. So no movement whatsoever in that. Other parts of the body, the right knee or the right leg moves, nothing else. Because the right leg is moving, you're just going to have to make sure that the right pelvis doesn't open up to the right. We want to keep it closed. Going into our horse kicks here. Feeling that squeeze at the end of the glutes. Make sure that when you do this, you don't lift the legs too high. We don't want any arches happening in that back of in the lower back. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one, hold it at the top. Sink the toe down, keeping everything still. Exhale, pulse it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way. Hold it just for that final 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing it back down, changing sides. Left knee directly below the left pelvis. Right knee comes in next to the left leg. Breathe in, push away, make sure that the shoulders are away from the ears. Inhale, exhale, reaching the left leg out and back in. Same thing as the right, make sure that it's not opening on that left side. Keep the left pelvis square in line with the right. And closed. And out. And out. And 12. 11. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, holding at the top, coming halfway down, and up, inhale, exhale, up, for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Good, good job. Come off the carriage, sitting down just onto the side. We're going to stretch out those glutes a little bit. So just make sure that when you look from the side, your knees are directly above your ankle, legs are hip distance apart. Bring the right knee in and then twisting it out towards the right. Place the out ankle on top of the left knee. Looking forward, lengthen that spine. Push the right knee away from the body. Exhale, just roll yourself on top, going a little bit heavier to that right glute. Just resting your top half of the body on top of the bottom half. Breathe in. And out. And then coming up slowly. Changing sides. Breathe in. Exhale. Lengthen that spine. Exhale, reaching forward. Enjoying. Slowly coming back up. Placing the left foot down. We're going to come back into that tabletop position. Now we did the legs, similar movement with the legs, but we're going to get a little bit more into our balance work. So working a little bit harder onto that core. Both hands where it was before. This time knees directly below each pelvis as we reach the right leg out, keeping the spine still. We reach the left arm forward and slowly coming back at the same time. Inhale, exhale, reaching out and back in. Inhale, exhale, reach. If it's really difficult moving at the same time, do the legs first. Make sure that the core is on and the balance is working. And reach the right arm. And coming back in. And imagine that your back is the top of the table. You have really, really nice wine, really, really nice food, and you want to keep it really still so that there is no spill. And back and out. We're nearly finished. And out. Left leg, right arm. Just 2 more on each side. And reach. Keeping the neck in line with the spine. Last one on each side. Keep the ribs closed. Then we're going to come off the carriage, getting rid of the blocks to the side. Bring the foot bar back up. Change the springs to just one full spring. We're going to come down into our kneeling position facing towards the foot bar. Both hands on the foot bar, kneeling down, both feet Coming against the shoulder rest, tuck the toes under, and we're gonna place the bum down into the heels. Inhale, lengthen that spine, both all fingers around the foot bar. Breathe in, exhale, all the way down as far as you can, coming down into that prayer stretch. Make sure that the bum's coming down closer to the heels, and keep the shoulders in line with the neck. Inhale, coming back in. And coming into that prayer stretch. And push. Keeping the spine lengthened, no hunching. Opening your underarms. Eyes on the rail, eyes on the springs. And push. If you want to go deeper, hands on the extender cord. Inhale, exhale, coming down. Getting a little bit deeper into the underarms and the shoulders. Open the knees out just a little bit wider if you would like to. Pushing out. Last one. Inhale, coming back. And you are finished.